So another Democrat lame is up to their old stupid tricks again. Some guy trying to run for NYC mayor. He's failing completely. He's going to lose. And when you lose, what do? You pull lame Democrat shenanigans, white liberal shenanigans. And this guy tried to save an illegal at immigration court. He was arrested, showing up for trial, and he had to make a political stunt and attach himself to him like a leech that he is. When you see this guy, he looks like a leech. And we have this hilarious footage that ensues, and I want to make a point about what his staffer does right here at the end of this.
Judicial warrant. You have a judicial warrant.
Here's the lame right here.
Judicial warrant. Can I see the judicial warrant? Can I see the warrant?
Doesn't he look like and sound like a sleazebag? I can see him. They don't need to show you a warrant, dude. They're federal agents.
Go when you show me the judicial warrant. Where is it? Where is the warrant?
He's just holding on to it. He won't let him go. Get him! Get him! Get him!
You don't have authority to arrest U.S.
Yes, they
citizens.
do. Bro, you assaulted those officers and now you're resisting.
You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens.
And when you assault a federal officer and then you resist a federal officer, that's a crime, idiot.
Obstructing, I'm standing right here in the hallway. I asked to see the judicial warrant. By asking for a judicial warrant?
Weirdo.
You don't have the authority.
He just had his he was grabbing onto his balls so tightly he didn't want to let go. Another Democrat weirdo. Up there, same old political tricks, man. They're little political stunts that they always have to do. Okay, now watch this.
Can't believe you're arresting.
Where are you taking him? Hello?
Hi,
You have no authority.
You don't need to answer.
Where are you taking me? And with what authority?
Where's that lip? Get one more angle. Just I love skinny idiot Democrat. There he is, getting arrested.
You don't have to. I'm not obstructing. I'm standing right here in the hallway.
No, you were obstructing.
By asking for a judicial warrant? You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens asking for a judicial warrant. Sorry.
Brad and some other individuals link arms with this individual, and then we are swarmed.
There she is, right there. See her in this one right here. The one that looks like a boy is purposely trying to look like a boy.
Of agents.
I don't care what his stupid, ugly wife says.
We need to see a judicial warrant. We need to know your name. What is your badge number? They refused to give that in any case. Repeatedly.
There she is.
That.
Okay, this one
and
right
then,
here.
I actually was.
Look,
shoved
boom!
out
She
of the
goes right in
way
his
and
face.
pushed out of
Gets
the
his
way,
face.
and
This
then
dude
you can
right
see
here
what
tries to
happened
get
on
his
the
face.
video after that. What I
Walks
saw
over
today
here.
was not the rule of law.
Sticks her camera right into
that
his
was not
face. Yeah, his staffers are gonna try and dox him, dude. So let's see what this idiot has to say. So this lame mongoloid, they released him. Of course they did. They dropped the charges. Now listen to what this douchebag has to say.
With my family, I'm grateful to hear that.
Notice all the like liberal women in the background. Look at this one right here. You know, all cutesy. This one right here. And then check this one out.
Charges are not being brought, but if they are, I've got a lawyer. I don't have to worry about my due process rights. At that elevator, I was separated from someone named Edgardo, who I had just met a couple of minutes earlier. Edgardo is in
So you didn't even know him or know what he was there for.
detention, and he's not going to sleep in his bed tonight. So far as I know, he has no lawyer. He has been stripped of his due process right.
No, he hasn't. Look at this other liberal woman that just, why are they all trying to be in the frame? It's so weird. Like, all these liberal white women just, like, I don't know. They just position the camera that way. Or, like, what is this, bro? Look at this. Is she supposed to be a reporter? for like, the Jezebel or whatever it's called?
by a government and a judge that owe him a credible fear hearing before they deport him, and yet have decided instead to strip folks like Edgardo and the prior gentleman that I walked out with, whose native language is Yoruba, and who only got a translator in French. And so when the judge said, do you understand what it means that after I dismiss your case, you'll have no status? He said, no status, as he recognized what was about to happen. So I will be fine, but Edgardo is not going to be fine. And the rule of law is not fine.
Wait, so they got due process. So what are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? They saw the judge. What are you complaining about? See, all these people do is virtue signal. They don't get their way. They make their little stupid political stunts, and then they want to go and have redos. I want to redo over and over and over again. They want to redo so they don't ever leave. So the illegals just stay here forever, having appeal after appeal.
And our constitutional democracy is not fine. This is the third week in a row that I've come down here with Immigrant.
Oh my God, they fall for it every time. Virtue signaling.
To accompany families out of this building. And before today, I had walked 4 families out, all of whom were afraid that they were going to be detained by ICE agents, and yet who were able to walk out of the building, even though they had had their cases dismissed and are subject to expedited removal, but were nonetheless able to get out of that building. And
so they got deported. Either way, dude, they got deported. They just didn't have to leave in a van or get by agents. Like, what is this, bro?
Get back to their kids, get back to their families, try to figure out what's next. Today, Meg, I really want to say a big thank you to my wife, Meg, who was here with me doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. This is making me sick here. Looking at all these liberal white women are making me sick. So yeah, dude, another virtue signaling douche of a Democrat. But what's new, dude? They are failing in every regard. So what do? You do a political stunt. These people are so pathetic. They make me sick.